Hey everybody, how you doing today? It's gorgeous out here in Freehold, New Jersey, and I always love to try and help people revive their health. And one of the big topics that I always talk about are these two tiny glands that sit on top of your kidneys. They're about the size of peas, but they have a major impact on your health. So hello, my name is Dr. Russell Brokstein. I'm your top-rated chiropractor in Freehold, New Jersey. And many symptoms that you experience can be linked to the adrenal glands. And many people experience adrenal fatigue or adrenal failure. And there's different things that you could be doing that are destroying these glands. So one thing I always discuss with the patient is how much coffee do you drink or other caffeinated beverages and foods, because caffeine is one of the big factors to destroying the adrenal glands. Another thing that will damage your adrenal glands is the consumption of refined carbohydrates or sugars. So those are two things that we always want to monitor and watch with our patients. But how would you actually know if you are having problems with your adrenal glands? And many people that have adrenal problems usually will experience salt cravings. You'll crave salt. You might experience dizziness when you get up real quickly from a seated position, or when you're laying down and you get up real quickly. If you feel dizzy or off balance, those could be signs of adrenal fatigue or failure. Also, if you are unable to cope with stress, or if you feel fatigued. Okay, so these are some of the signs that you might have an adrenal problem. Now, what your adrenal glands actually do is they help balance four of the main hormones of your body. Those are adrenaline, norepinephrine, cortisol, and DHEA. And when your adrenal glands can't balance those, your bodies can't deal with stress. So interestingly enough, your adrenal glands are also called the stress glands. So it's very important that we get these glands to function well. Now, a lot of people will come into my office complaining of many different symptoms, and a lot of times medically, doctors will just treat symptoms, based on what medications are used for those symptoms. But as a chiropractor, I'm always looking to try and find the cause of the problem. And I'm going to go through a list of some symptoms that you can have, or you're diagnosed with different diseases, and it could actually be linked back to these adrenal glands. So if your adrenaline levels are off too long, it can actually lead to heart disease or heart conditions. If your norepinephrine levels are off too long, it can lead to digestive issues. If your cortisol levels are off, this leads to a whole slew of things, but it can lead to weight gain, increased belly fat, diabetes, blood sugar problems, allergies, immune problems, joint problems, arthritis, sleep issues. How many people don't have sleep issues these days? Fatigue, osteoporosis, anxiety, ADHD, and that's just from cortisol levels being off. And then lastly, we look at can be the DHEA levels, which are the DHEA then leads to your estrogen, progesterone, and testosterone levels. And when those levels are off, it can lead to low libido. With women, it can cause things like PMS, menopause. It can also lead to fertility issues. And this is just the bottom of the barrel. And so many people have these different problems. So, what we want to do again is, how much coffee do you drink? People, many times will tell me, oh, I don't drink too much coffee, but even 1 cup a day of caffeine, can deplete these adrenal glands. So we always want to try and decrease the amount of caffeine, decrease the amount of sugars. And along with stress, we want to try and manage stress better, because the more stress you are, it's going to put more tension on the adrenal glands. And it is no wonder so many people feel the way they do, because most people do have an adrenal issue. So in our office, we actually do a very simple test to assess our patients for the adrenal function. And it's called Ragland's test. It's a very simple test to get an idea, along with asking the patients, do you have the salt cravings? Do you experience a lot of fatigue? Do you experience the dizziness or imbalances when you get up real quickly, like I discussed earlier in this video? But with Ragland's test, we actually take a blood pressure, either laying down or sitting, and then stand up, and we see what type of changes occur. And based on those changes, it will give us an idea whether your adrenal glands are functioning optimally, if they are functioning just not the way they should, or if the adrenal glands have totally failed you. Then once I see how the adrenal glands are doing, then we make a bunch of modifications. It's a simple, non-invasive test. It's not something where you really have to go and get blood work done. And then, once we see that there's an adrenal issue, there are some natural ways to help your adrenal glands. One, we want to discuss an anti-inflammatory diet. We want to hydrate your body better. And, going back again to caffeine and coffee is going to dehydrate you, which I discuss a lot with patients and in other videos. You want to make sure that you get enough sleep. Most people are sleep deprived, not getting enough sleep. As adults, we should be getting on the range of 7 to 9 hours of sleep. And, again, we want to reduce the caffeine and sugar. And actually, it's very beneficial for you to consume natural salt. So make sure that you look for it as a natural source of salt. In my office, I make recommendations for a plant-based adrenal support formula. It's all natural. And many times what I'll do is we'll do the adrenal test, Ragland's test. And if the adrenal glands aren't working well, we'll make the modifications in diet, but we'll also put patients on the adrenal support. And after 2 weeks, we'll reassess the Ragland's test to make sure that we're seeing an improvement. And, most of our patients within a 4 to 6 week period will see most of the symptoms that they were experiencing are actually returning back to normal. And then we'll see that Ragland's test is confirming that the adrenal glands are working better. So if you would like some more information about the adrenal support, or if you have any questions about adrenal fatigue or adrenal failure, feel free to comment below or send me a message. You can always email me on our website, www.chiropractorfreehold.com. And I just need to tell you, these adrenal glands really have a major impact. I discussed a lot of the different symptoms and illnesses that people suffer with, and it can be linked back to the adrenal glands. And I just have an interesting story for you. About 10 years ago, I had a patient come into me complaining of lower back pain, and while going through the health history with the patient, I saw that previous 5 years, she was diagnosed with a thyroid issue, and the doctors removed her thyroid, had her on thyroid replacement hormone. They never even considered to look at the adrenal glands. And because the adrenal glands balance hormones, it actually helps balance the thyroid. It will affect the thyroid. So we always have to look for that cause. And, I also found with this patient, she was consuming a lot of caffeine, drinking a lot of coffee. So we made the modifications as I discussed and put her on the adrenal support. And within about 1 month time, 6 weeks, all of her symptoms were gone. And, the sad thing is when she was diagnosed with the thyroid issue, they removed the thyroid. They had her on thyroid replacement hormone, and she's got to be on them the rest of her life. But she was still having all the same symptoms. And, all it took was a simple assessment of the adrenal glands. And many times with our patients, making the modifications nutritionally, lifestyle changes, along with the adrenal support, we can help so many patients naturally without any drugs or surgery. So if you do have any questions, as I said, just comment below, give us a thumbs up, a couple of hearts, and make sure you share this with your friends and family on Facebook and other social media, because so many people don't understand the impact of the adrenal glands. So that's about it for now. Hopefully you're having a great day, and I look forward to sharing some more content with you, and look forward to a project that I've been working on for the past probably about past year now, and I look forward to sharing that with you in the near future, because I want to help more people revive their health naturally. Thank you very much. Look forward to seeing you soon. Bye now.